Hey, everybody, welcome back to Archetypical and our Meet the Team series. As I've always said, our most valuable asset is our team and our people. I'm excited and privileged to have online with us today Christopher Johnson, who's a part of our CPM, our performance management team, specifically focuses obviously in that lovely world of OneStream. Thanks for coming on, Christopher.
Happy to be here.
So I like to start off with a fun question to
Hopefully
kick
they're
things
all fun.
off. If you had to pick, and I'll do one that I've done for a lot of people, if you had to pick only one cuisine that you can only eat that one cuisine now for the rest of your life, what would be that one cuisine? Like like Italian or
Yeah. I'm gonna say not Italian. I love it, but it sticks with me a little bit too long. Like month after I'm done. Um, I'm probably gonna go maybe like Indian. Like it's a
ooh,
new acquired taste and something I've really enjoyed. I've actually gotten into cooking a lot lately, so Indian, Thai, a lot of
uh,
those flavors tend to like
yeah, I
last.
feel like you could do a lot with Indian too. Although, do you like the
Yeah.
spice? You handle the spice?
Oh, you can always tone it down. Like you want more, you add more. That's the advantage of doing it yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly. Very true. Very true. Awesome.
Okay.
Well,
Counter question:
yeah.
bacon, chocolate, cheese. You can only have one for the rest of your life. One of them you have to have forever, and one of them you'll never have again. Bacon, chocolate, cheese.
Oh man, you're killing me. Bacon, chocolate, cheese. So, and what were the three options again? I can either one I'm gonna have for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you'll have it every meal the rest of your life.
Okay.
Another one you will never have again, and the other one you can only have in limited quantities,
Okay.
like once a month.
So this, this is probably gonna be controversial here, but chocolate, I'm probably gonna say limited quantities.
Okay.
Bacon, I think I could go without. And then cheese, I think I'll be like, I gotta have it every day.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
think
what I'd
uh,
go with.
I think I'd be very similar, but I would invert the chocolate and the cheese. Like
Okay.
like
Okay.
I'm a big person on like mocha flavorings, so I don't know that I could do without like my mocha coffee in the day or in the morning. So yeah,
I'm gonna have to steal that one. That's a good one. I'm gonna use that one in a future episode.
go for it.
So, how about you now? Walk us through a little bit of your kind of brief introduction of who you are, a little bit
Yeah.
about your journey through your career, and explain what your current role is here at Archetype.
Yeah, so my name's Chris Johnson. I've been with Archetype for a little over 2 years now. Actually, when I graduated college, got my master's degree in accounting. It was really great because, like every college kid, I have not used that degree for anything. It's not at all really pertinent to anything I'm working on, but I have it. It looks nice on paper. Um, After that, I got involved in a few different projects for different companies. Ended up in the DC area where I started my adventures in the world of federal contracting. Um, One thing led to another, and I ended up doing OneStream practice and for a no longer, we'll say, around competitor of archetypes.
Yeah.
Uh, they're very recently acquired,
Hmm.
but yeah. After that, uh, it really didn't change careers too much before I landed here at Archetype. Right now, I feel like I'm one of the heads of the public sector offerings for the one stream. I might be overselling myself there. I'm not sure, but
No.
I feel like I'm up there. I feel like I get referenced a lot for like the items that they're asked to put out. So
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And what was your initial encounter with OneStream in your career? What was like the first role that you had that you first
uh, it was federal consulting for the Department of Homeland Security. It was actually a bit of a fun story. I got hired in by this company, the one that shall not be named. but they brought me in, and it was to actually do a Hyperion implementation. And I was like, okay, yeah, I've heard of Oracle. I've never heard of OneStream. I've never heard of Hyperion itself, but I'll come in. I'll give it a shot. Why not? I'm good with computers. But yeah, they're the first day. This senior director guy comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, you're new here, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Uh, what would you think of joining our OneStream practice instead of Hyperion? I'm sitting there like a kid on his first day of school. I got my little briefcase, and I'm like, sure, sir. Let's go do it."
Who's gonna say no to that on the first?
Right? Yeah. So that's how I got my introduction to OneStream, jumping head first in. It was actually one of the first contracts for that company, so I'm uh, I'm lucky to be where I'm at with it for sure.
And now a lot of your work has all been in that public sector project
Yeah,
space for the OneStream side and here at Archetype.
yeah.
What excites you the most about OneStream's prospects, specifically in the domain of like federal public sector?
OneStream in general, I love how flexible it is. It is such a great product. As a consultant and as probably a little bit of a people pleaser, I just hate going to a client and being like, yeah, that's not something we can do. That's something that we're not able to get knocked out. I hate that. Hated it all throughout my career. But with OneStream, that's not a thing anymore. Like I can get in there and they can ask for the world, and I can bring it to them. Um, it might not be easy, it might not be fast, but I can get anything that they ask for done. And I love that about OneStream. And the fact that it's being brought into the public sector, into the federal practice, it just adds another layer of just personal enjoyment because it's something that you get to really take pride in. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we're the ones kind of paying for that product indirectly. So it's a big motivator of mine to like make sure that I get the best possible product out there because yeah, we're the ones that benefit more from having it. So being able to provide a very flexible tool that can accomplish everything they need in the budgeting space for federal practice, that's huge.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad to be part of it.
And I'm sure there's many out there that will sit there and think personally, and even I think if anybody can use a better budgeting tool, it's going to be the federal government.
Excel had its heyday.
Exactly. So now, what brought you to Archetype? I mean, you've experienced a variety of different consulting firms. So, what really distinguished Archetype for you, and what motivated you and your decision to join our team?
Tim Colress.
Loved him, the unicorn.
Tim was great. He was my first manager back when I first got into OneStream. Loved working with him. I left and went to another company, and it wasn't the right vibe. The people just didn't quite feel like there was a real connection. Everybody felt isolated. Everybody felt like they were in their own little silos. Uh, but like when I saw like Tim joining Archetype, I was like, that's got to be at least a good place. I at least know there's one good person there. Um, so I was like, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, why not? I remember I reached out to you specifically about it, and I was like, yeah, like let's set something up. Let's get this ball rolling. And then one thing led to another, and yeah, I've been here for 2 years. The thing that's like kept me, and the thing that I love about Archetype is just I'm going to call it like all the co's because it's the community, the cooperation, the co-workers, like all of it. The ability to just interact with people on a regular basis, like it's so great and so rare. It feels like, um, and like we're all remote. We've all, to my knowledge, been remote since pre-pandemic.
Yep.
Uh, like in my experience, when everybody went remote, there was a large like fallout of people just that isolated themselves and fell apart. So that Archetype's been able to like stick together before the whole world went remote and are continuing to stick together now. Like that's just great. It's it's a real rarity and something that like I don't take for granted.
I love it.
Um, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I remember your when we did our fun little video, the 3 question video. Your one word was supportive. Was your one
yeah,
word, and that I was like, oh, it's a great one overall. And I think it's something, and I'll give you kudos here, Christopher, that uh, there's been a lot of what I'll say, and hopefully you see this as a positive. But there was a lot of potential. I knew kind of seeing you coming into the role that you were in, and where you've gone in the past 2 years here at Archetype, and like really are crushing it for us in that public sector space, and the tool, even internally, some of the tools that you're helping us build, and a part of OneStream has just been instrumental in where we're going as a company. But then I feel like a large portion of that, and I'm guessing hopefully you'll agree with me, comes down to you needed that supportive engine behind you from the
yeah.
team in order to really just shine.
Yeah, absolutely. And like it's not just the team, I'll say that too. Like it's every person at Archetype. It doesn't matter what level they're on. The teams, they're great. John Moorhead, Mike Gianella, Adam Bridges, like all the people that I interact with on regular basis, Aaron Slack, Stephen Davis, any one of those guys, they are very supportive. Uh, they're very helpful. Like there's no stupid questions. I feel like whenever I come to them, um,
Yeah,
so like that's all like just fantastic. It really like inspires me to like go see what I can do. But then like also being able to talk to upper management, Ricardo, Jason, uh, it's Andy even like I feel like I've been able to communicate any thoughts that I've had over the past year or since joining the company. Even when I was at a much lower like rank at the company at Archetype, like
yeah,
being able to communicate with everybody along the way, and it feels like I'm heard, and that's
yeah,
huge. I'm not just like some
yeah.
button that
No,
like
definitely.
fills billable hours or something like that. Like, and I've had that at previous companies. So Archetype being able to, feel connected to the people I'm working alongside of, but also to that upper management. Both of those are there's nothing that really compares to.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Now, reflecting on kind of your overall career journey, and what guidance would you possibly offer somebody that's either in a similar position, or was in a similar position to where you were earlier in your career?
Oh, I'd say two big things. The first, and I know everybody says this, is to challenge yourself.
Mm,
Go out there, take on new risks, take on new responsibilities, push yourself to a limit. Because like the reason everybody says that is because it's true. And if you're not willing to take a risk on yourself, if you're not willing to push yourself to the next limit, if you're not willing to see yourself in another role and act as if you were in it, why would anyone else take that risk on you? So like it becomes imperative that if you want to move up, you have to show that you are able to, and not just be complacent. The moment that you start being really complacent in where you're at, that's kind of where you stop. That's just an old fact of life, right? Actually, whenever I started at Archetype, I felt very complacent. I felt like this is a good role. This is where I'm at. And then it's just really been in this past year and a half where I felt like I want to see what all I can do. There's so many cool things out there that everybody else is building. I want to rise to that challenge. I want to see what else there is going on. And that leads into my second big point, which is to love what you're doing.
yeah,
Um, it's so easy to say like, oh yeah, just go do what you love, whatever, or like, and you can't just do it because of the paycheck or because of some notoriety or something. You have to just really enjoy the work that you're putting out there, because then it isn't work. It's satisfaction. It's personal goal achievement that you're doing. Every day, whenever I get at the end and I'm like checking out, putting in my hours, done for the day, I love to like look back on my work and be like, I built this. This is cool. This is not something that like was previously even conceivable within OneStream, and I built this today. That
Yeah,
is awesome. That's a great feeling. So yeah, being able to love what you do, being able to take risks and like really work towards something new, those I feel like are the two biggest cornerstones to like advancing yourself and pushing yourself to the next level.
that's great. Those are two awesome ones. I'm maybe was going to say you have to pick one, but no. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Christopher, and really taking the time to chat and then have everyone get to meet you. And obviously, again, kudos on the work you've done, even just these 2 years, and here's to many more. And we're excited to see kind of where your career takes you overall here at Archetype. But thanks again for tuning in.
All right. Thanks, Mitchell.